Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I'm working on a collaboration for April with a Sparkle to celebrate her birthday. We were given the task of recreating one of her designs but making it sparkle. So I don't have the exact plates or the polishes that she used, but I'm going to try and do something similar to what she did. So I will add a picture into the video once I'm done filming here. But what I'm going to be using, I'm going to start off Wavegel Top and Base Gel. Wavegel Legendary Ocean Gel Polish. I'm not using the lacquer, just the gel today. And for the sparkle, I'm going to use this Clear Galaxy Hollow Loose Glitter from Glitter Unique. And I will make sure to put a link for all the products used in the description box down below. This is just a loose glitter. It doesn't change the color of your polish. It just adds a hollow effect. You can see I already have it on these three nails. And it adds a linear hollow effect, very subtle, but it doesn't change the color of the polish. Bundle Monster S208 from the Fall Harvest, a fall set. I'm not sure which set it was. But I'm also going to use Nicole Diary 110, Mundo de Unas Black, and my stamper. Various colors of acrylic paint. Ephesians 611, that's Inspirations Polish Top Coat. A berry wine brush from Winstonia, and just this little nail art brush here that I've had forever that I use for applying loose glitter. But to make the decal, I'm using this Bundle Monster S208, and I'm going to be using this right here. I'm going to aim for that little flower right there, and that's what I'm going to make the decal. So I'm going to turn this around so I can see it. I'll definitely try and keep it in frame though. I'm not going to apply the polish everywhere. I'm going to try and just aim for this little design right here. So I have as little cleanup as possible. Give it a scrape. It's hard to tell under the lights if I got it scraped well, so I just did it twice just to make sure. Okay, can you see that? There you go. Pickup's pretty good. I'm going to clean up all of this around the edges and everything and take off any excess. That. You'll see, you can see it better if I'm just doing it over the white. And I'm just going to use some packing tape and very carefully, because I don't want to remove the image that I'm using, just the parts that I'm not going to use. And I'm just going to go around, and I'm just very gently touching my stamper with the tape. Try and get that off of there. Okay, this is the image that I'm going to turn into a decal, and I'm just taking some acrylic paint and putting it on a little piece of foil, and I'm going to leave the foil off of the frame, but I'm using, can you see that? Yellow, a little bit of orange, there you go, two different browns, and a green. Here's my paint. I'm going to start with the lighter of the two browns. This is kind of hard to see over here, but hard for me to see. Hopefully not hard for you guys to see. I'm just going to do one brown in the middle, and I'm not cleaning my brush off or anything. It doesn't really matter if I get these colors mixed together. I'm just quickly filling in the middle. And the different colors of brown was just to give it a little bit of dimension. You don't have to do that. You could do it one color. You could do any color you wanted in there, but I was trying to make it look a little bit like sunflower. So that's what I went with. And you don't have to be perfect. Just cover the black lines. The image that you're going to see is actually on the other side, and just make sure that you get your paint on thick enough to be solid. Okay, I missed a couple of little spots. I can't see that under the lights, but I can see it under it when I look at my computer screen. I'm just going to go around the edges just a little bit more. Okay, and this is what it looks like so far. Oh, I've got a big spot that I missed. You can see that on there. That's kind of why I was checking. Oh, there it is. There we go. Sometimes the paint doesn't really want to stick to my clear stamper. Usually I would put some top coat or something over it, but I didn't this time. I'm wiping the brown off. I'm going to do a little bit of the green right here. Just a tiny little bit. Just to make that little section look like a leaf. And now that I look at it under the lights, I'm not sure that any of that is supposed to be green, but whatever. I'm picking up some of the orange, and I'm just going to come in right around the brown with the solid orange. And I'm just dabbing it on. I'm not trying to paint. I'm not trying to do paint strokes on there because I might pick up my stamping polish and pull it off. Make sure that you keep your brush fully loaded. It's a dry brush. Will pull the polish off. Just if you need to, rotate it to reach. It's a little awkward because I'm doing it under the lights for you guys to see. I'm doing it more where you can see it than where I can see it. So make sure that you don't leave any space between where the brown stops and the orange begins. It's okay to overlap if you need to. Okay, now I'm just taking my brush and kind of swirling a little bit of the orange into the yellow to kind of blend those two colors a little bit. And I'm going to take the blended color and just do a little bit here. Make sure you cover where the orange stops, but don't go all the way out to the edge. I'm going to do the outer edge in just solid yellow. And like I said before, you don't have to use different colors. I just thought it would look kind of cool if I mixed it up a little bit. I'm trying to give the flower a little bit of dimension, make it look a little more interesting. Okay, I'm going to check and see if I've missed any spaces before I go on. Doesn't look like I've missed anything so far. You can see what I have left to cover. Okay, I'm mixing, where I mix the yellow and the orange together, I'm mixing in more yellow. It's going to be mostly yellow for the rest of it. This part's really hard to do under the camera for the fine details. So you get the general idea. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit more here, and then to do the very outer edge, I'm going to do that off camera where I can actually see it. You get the idea. Okay, and then I'm going to let this sit and dry for a few minutes before I add my top coat to make it into a decal, because this paint needs to be completely dry. Okay, I'm going to go finish painting this. I will be right back. I finished painting what's going to be my decal. I just wanted to show you guys. Let's see if we can get that where you can see it. It's a little dark down in there, but yeah, you can kind of see. It's going to be really pretty. I already have my base coat on my ring finger, and it has been cured on my lamp. And now I'm going to put a couple coats of Legendary Ocean gel polish. This is a gorgeous, I would call it periwinkle. It's kind of a purple leaning blue. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous, creamy, light blue polish. But yeah, it definitely has a little bit of a purplish tint though. I have cerulean blue, I think is what it's called, and it is a much bluer, not as purple looking. Otherwise I would call this one sky blue, but when you look at the other one next to it, this one does have that little purple tint. So now I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. I will be right back. Okay, coat number 1 is cured. I'm going to apply coat number 2. And 2 should be all I need on this. It applies very nicely. I'm just putting thin coats, trying not to get it on my skin. Okay, I'm going to go pop that in the lamp. I'll be right back. Coat number 2 is dry, so I'm going to grab my glitter. And again, this is just the clear hollow galaxy from Glitter Unique. And it's kind of a large glitter. And I'm just going to use my brush. I'm going to take just this little cosmetics brush, dip it in, just a little bit of glitter, and then just kind of pat it on there. And you can see it doesn't really change the color, it just adds the sparkle. This is one of my favorite glitters. I use it quite often. And I'm just patting it in, patting it into the polish, trying to keep it away from the very edges, trying to keep it away from the side walls and away from the tip, from the free edge on the tip. And then I'm just kind of taking my brush and gliding it from cuticle to tip to smooth the glitter down so that it's flat. And I'm just rubbing that into the tacky layer of the gel polish. Can you see that? It's just very subtle. It's nothing major, not a glaring glow or glaring sparkle. You can see in the lid. You can see that a little bit better. That's the galaxy in there. It's just the glitter. But it looks really nice over any color polish. So I'm going to go top coat that and cure it. I will be right back. This is my stamping polish. Don't need a lot. Scraper. Give it a scrape. My pickup. And I'm going to try and get this on there as straight as possible. I'm going to line it up and then I'll try and show you guys. Okay, then I'm just going to roll it on there, make sure I get it all the way around. Okay, this is almost dry. So I'm going to take my top coat. And again, this is Inspirations polish, Ephesians 611. And I'm just going to put a pretty decent coat on there. Try not to smear it. I'm going to float it, especially over the part that's not 100% dry. But I'm just floating it around. Oh yeah, you can really see that on screen. Okay. Making sure that I get everything covered. So I will be back once that one is dry. Okay, this decal is dry and I have already peeled it up with the tweezers. I peeled it up to check and see how dry it was. I'm gonna trim as close as I can. Trimming that excess top coat off. And like I said before, you can keep it on a pair of tweezers if that's easier for you. I like to do it with my fingers so that I can actually feel the decal in my hand and have a little more control over it. And I'm cutting really close on this side because I want to cut that excess. I stuck my hand in the stamping polish that I used to fix the lines on my nails. I forgot that it was still a little bit wet down there. So yeah, I feel like I have a little more control over the decal if I keep it on my finger instead of on the tweezers. So I'm just going to trim around all the way. Get as much of the excess off as you can. The more excess you remove during the trimming, the less you have to clean up after you're done. So I'm taking my stamper and I'm just going to put the decal face down. The part that I want to be on my nail is down on the stamper, and the part that is going to stick to my nail is face up. So I'm just going to take this and place it where I want it. Okay. I'm just going to lay it down and rock it side to side. Make sure that it's peeling off the stamper as I come away. Okay? Oh, this is going to be so cute, April. I love your design. So I'm just going to take my cleanup brush, dip it in a little acetone. So I've already peeled off my liquid latex for this one, so I need to clean it up with acetone instead. But I'm just going to clean up around the edges just like you would any other polish. And since I have gel polish on, I don't really have to worry about raking my base, but I do want to get that as clean as possible around the edge. And make sure that the decal stays down on the nail as flat as possible. So I'm just going to clean that up. I can't really, it's hard to get that corner over there while I've got the camera rolling. So I'm going to pause that. Move that yucky spot off the camera. I'm going to pause that and come right back after I'm done cleaning up. And I'm going to top coat this and I'll come right back and show you guys the finished design. Okay, we're back with my finished design. This has all been top coated and I've wiped off the tacky layer, so it is all done and good to go. This again was for a recreation of a design by April with a Sparkle to celebrate her birthday. April, I hope you have a fantastic birthday and that all of your birthday wishes come true, maybe even twice. I hope your day is filled with calorie-free birthday cake and nail polish that never chips. I really enjoyed doing this design for you. You are one seriously talented nail artist, and I loved looking at all of your designs over on Instagram. I ordered a couple of the plates that you used in some of your designs, and I will try to make sure to tag you when I do more recreations in the future. But this was a lot of fun. This is a little bit out of my normal things that I would do. This is kind of pushing my boundaries a little bit, and I loved every second of it. I'm loving this design. I really don't want to take it off. So April, again, have a very happy birthday. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you click that subscribe button and become one of my regulars. Tune in to see what I'm up to on the next one. It should be out soon. I've got a couple videos that I'm just in the middle of editing of designs that I've already done. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you again next time. Bye.